This is case number 21-241271. This is Lakina Abrams versus Dana White. The matter is before the court, set on for a pretrial hearing. Your appearance in this matter, counsel? Any attorney on this matter? Your appearance first of all. All right, do I have Ms. Lakina Abrams on this Zoom?
Ryan here, he said he had to go to another courtroom.
All right, all right. Do I have Ms. Abrams on this Zoom, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
And do I have Dana White on this Zoom? I know that the attorney for Dana White is present. He had to go into another courtroom. So I'm going to come right back to this matter momentarily, Ms. Abrams. Thank you for your patience, and I'll be right back to the matter. All right, this is case number 22-242729. This is Gabrielle Simpson versus Brandon Aaron Downley. The matter is before the court on an appeal from the Small Claims Division of the court. Do I have Simpson on the Zoom?
Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you, Judge.
All right. All right. Good morning to you. What is your name?
Good morning.
Yeah. What is your name?
Gabriel Simpson.
Gabriel. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Simpson. All right. And do I have Brandon Aaron Donnelly on the Zoom? Donnelly. Looking for Donnelly on the Zoom. All right. The matter is set on for 9:30 a.m. Just one moment, please. The matter was removed to the General Civil Division by an order dated 6/22. Just one moment. All right. Again, on this matter, I'm looking for a last name Donnelly. It looks like Aaron Brandon Donnelly, living on Canterbury Street in Pontiac, Michigan. If you're on this Zoom, please say something at this time. All right. So I see the document indicating that there is an appeal. It looks like this was simply assigned. Have you been to a hearing before a magistrate, Mr. Gabriel? Mr. Simpson?
No, the only thing we had was small claims, and he refused the small claims. That's why we got sent over to the General Service Civil.
Yeah, my question is, I'm looking here. Did you have a hearing before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like the defendant simply asked it to be removed. And then it looks like the defendant is not here at this time. Let me check one other thing. All right. Yeah, it looks like the defendant has not shown up for this hearing. So what is the nature of your claim regarding this matter, sir?
The thing was, I hired Mr. Donnelly to do a roof job for me, where he didn't do it correctly, and I have water coming inside the house, where he damaged the roof, damaged wood. He left all the shingles outside my house. Also, he damaged my Florida room as well by stepping on it, him and his crew.
So, was this did Mr. Downey deem the job completed? And I'm asking that in this sense: was the job completed in the sense of the shingles being put on to the roof?
The shingles were completed, put onto the roof. Yes.
Okay. So, so was this a re-shingle, or was this a tear off and complete roofing job?
This was a whole completely. It's supposed to have been a whole tear off and wood replace.
All right, and despite that agreement, what you're saying is that after the shingles were put on and supposedly the job was completed, you're still dealing with leak problems, correct?
Correct. He didn't fully tear off the roof, and he replaced some wood where it was like around the edge of part of it.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't replace the wood. He said he was going to replace.
All right, so what was your agreement? Was your agreement that he was gonna do a complete tear off or tear off where necessary? What was your agreement?
The agreement was to do a whole complete tear off.
Now, how many square foot is your home there on where this was done on Minor?
It's a 1,200 square feet.
And how long ago, I'm looking at this, it looked like this job was supposed to be done sometime in September of last year, correct?
Correct.
Just 1 second. And how much did you pay for the job?
It was I believe it was 5,300.
Okay. And let's see. Why were you having a roof replaced, sir?
Because I had a roof leak. I had one leak.
All right.
I saw another damaged area in my house where, all right, let me get the roof repaired.
Got it. All right. So, and what have you done since this job was completed, if you will? When you discovered that there were problems, what have you done? Have you done anything to remediate that? Have you had anyone else to come out? Anything that you've done? Tell me about it.
Yes, I had an individual come out, try to repair part of it. They did it. They replaced the most damaged part where they put a certain type of cement on the roof, cement mud on the roof where it stopped leaking one area. They tried to stop leaking the other area, but they was unsuccessful. And I just recently found another leak when it rained hard. It leaks in the house. I'm trying to find somebody to repair that now.
All right. How much money did you pay the person that came and did the patch job?
That was a 350.
Right, so I believe that you told me there was $5,800 that you paid to have it done, and then you paid another $350 to have someone to patch it. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Anything else you wanted to bring to my attention at this time?
Also, I had to pay somebody to remove all the shingles. A friend in the backyard, he left.
When you say remove the shingles, is that the ones that have been removed from the roof to remove off your property? I'm sorry.
Yes.
You mean to haul away the stuff, correct, sir?
Yes. He bagged them. He actually just bagged them all up and he put them in front of my house. Another person did. He just left them in the backyard. I think his picture's there as well.
All right, and your agreement with this individual, when the defendant in this matter, the agreement was that he was going to remove the debris after taking it off the roof. Is that correct, sir?
Correct.
How much did you pay the individual that had to come and remove the debris, sir?
It was two different people. One person cleaned it up, and the other person cleaned up all the debris, put it in the pile, and another person came in to bag it up and put it in front of the house. It was a total of $400.
All right, sir. Now let me ask you. You have a. Do you have a two-sectional roof where it slants down in the back, slants down in the front? Is that the way your roof is?
I'm sorry. Repeat.
Is your roof a slant in the back, slant in the front, or a slant to one side, slant to the other side, or do you have other peaks and valleys?
I think I have one valley where it's slanted in the back.
Okay. Is there any portion of the roof that any portion of the of any section of the roof that is in good repair and does not need any work?
I have had someone come out, Mr. Roof, say I think I need a whole tear off and redo.
Well, that's not what I asked you. Because if you're trying to hire somebody, that's exactly what they're going to tell you. So let me ask my question specifically again. It's not a setup question. Just what you just need to know. Assuming that you have multiple sections, either a slant down the back, slant down the front, or whatever. Is there any one area, based upon, of course, you live there, is there any one area that is completely gone that does not stand in need of any repair to your knowledge?
I don't know, sir.
All right, sir, it appears then that Mr. Donnelly has not appeared. Mr. Donnelly, I'm looking for Donnelly again on Canterbury Street in Pontiac. It appears that Mr. Donnelly has not appeared, although having been given due notice of today's date to appear for this matter. Therefore, court make the finding that the defendant is in default on this claim and has been properly notified of the same. On that basis, the court will enter judgment by default in this matter. And that judgment will be as follows. The claim is $5,800 for the roof that was not installed properly, and to remediate the removal as well as some corrections to the roof as an attempt to mitigate damages. The defendant also spent an additional $750. So $5,800 plus the $750 brings that to a total of $6,550. The defendant will be entitled to a judgment, a default judgment of $6,550 plus the filing fee of $70 and the service fee of $13, which is $83. And that $83 will be added to the $6,550. The court will sign an order consistent with. You'll get a copy of the default judgment in the mail, sir. Good day to you.
Thank you, Judge.
We're back on the record in regard to the suffix 1271, Lakina Abrams versus Dana White. Ms. Abrams have indicated her presence here on this matter. It is before the court set on for pretrial. Your appearance for defendant in this matter, please. I thought I saw Mr. Hill or someone from Mr. Hill's office in the Lakina versus White, Lakina Abrams versus Dana White matter. Counsel, are you here on that matter?
Yeah, that's him. He must hear you.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear you, Judge, for some reason.
All right, Mr.
There he is.
Yes. Good morning to you, sir.
Was that me, Judge?
Yeah. Are you on the Abrams versus White matter?
Yes, sorry, Judge. Judge Allen on another Zoom call, but I'm good. Ryan Hill on behalf of Dana White.
All right, Mr. Hill, I didn't even recognize that was in fact you. You must have changed your hairstyle or something. Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. All right, so I see that on this matter that there was a petition that was filed asking that a dismissal that I entered in this matter be set aside. I did in fact set aside the dismissal based upon the reasons that were set forth in the petition and set the matter on for hearing today. This is a claim brought before the court alleging damages of $6,500 regarding a hair type situation, some damaged hair, real hair, etc. All right, so have the parties talked about this at all? Counsel, what's the status of things to the best of your knowledge, sir?
Judge, maybe if we can go to a breakout room. I know the court held in abeyance costs to reinstate the case because the plaintiff didn't fail to appear. I'd like to have a conversation with the plaintiff, if I could, very briefly.
No, that makes sense. Ms. Abrams, I'm going to put you in a breakout room and have a direct conversation with counsel for the other side, and then you can come back and you'll have the ability to click back into the courtroom as well. So I'm sending you a notification now. And Mr. Hill, likewise, I'm sending a notification to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, the court is calling case number 22-187-695. This is Universal Collections versus Kathy Jones. The matter is before the court, set on for an initial hearing. The court has received the defendant's answer regarding this matter. The court notes that the claim in this matter alleges a breach of contract on an account stated, and the alleged damages are $4,870. Your appearance for Universal Collections, please. For Universal Collections, I believe, Mr. Pay, are you here on that matter, sir?
No, I'm on a LVNV.
All right, I'll be right with you.
Mr. Rusin, he was here earlier. I don't know if he had to go to another courtroom, so he'll probably be back in a minute.
All right, and Ms. Jones, good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rusin stepped away to another courtroom. I'm going to give him a few moments to come back, and I'll come right back to your matter.
Yes, sir.
All right, the court now calls case number 22. 189625. This is BYOD LLC versus Charity. Is the last name CHOWDHURY. First name is NYBEMUR. Namura. The matter is before the court. Set on for a status conference, a first hearing. The matter is before the court on the alleged breach of contract, alleging a balance of $1,539.34. Again, the matter is joined as the court has received defendant's answer regarding this matter. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
It's Craig Fay, P81401 on behalf of plaintiff.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fay. Again, good morning to you, sir. And do I have Mr. Jahuri, I'm trying to pronounce correctly, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Yes. Good morning, Judge. It's Naimur Chaudhary. Naimur.
Yeah, you made it real simple, Mr. Chaudhary. Thank you, sir. All right, good morning to you. All right, so this is the first hearing regarding this matter. I'm wondering if the parties have talked about this at all. I did note that in the filing of the answer in this matter, that Mr. Jahuri indicated that this is not his account, that it's a fraudulent account. Mr. Jahuri, have you filed any affidavit of fraud or anything along those lines, sir?
Sir, I need an interpreter because I'm good in English. I do understand, but I have a little bit problem on English. So can you allow to keep one?
Yeah, you certainly, the court will certainly set up an interpreter, but I need you to answer my question if you understand it. There's no tricks here. There's no tricks. If you understood my question, then answer my question regarding whether or not you filed an affidavit of fraud. If you did anything like that, yes, sir.
I didn't activate that account.
I didn't hear you.
That is not my account. I'm sorry.
That is not your what?
Yeah, that is not my credit card.
Yeah, my question is, yeah, you already noted that, and I noted that as well, that you put that in the answer. Did you file any kind of affidavit of fraud or anything with the police or anything regarding anybody fraudulently using your information up to this time?
No.
Okay. Mr. Fay, what information do you have regarding this, the allegations of fraud? You know anything about that at this point?
Other than the answer, we don't. If Mr. Chowdhury, if he can just confirm, because the address that he has on his answer is different than we had, and as well as the notice that went to the court. If the address on his answer is his current address, we can send him a fraud affidavit for signature, and he can try to see if he can file a police report, and he can return that back to our office.
Yeah, that's kind of, and I'm going to set it up where the next time that you come, that we can have an interpreter for you. But if you're able to understand the things that I'm saying now, maybe we could make some progress. What the attorney on the other side would like to do is to send to you an affidavit regarding the claim of fraud on this account, to try and get that moving in that direction, to see if the fraud allegation can be established. So is this in fact your correct address? Is it, you live in Hamtramck, or do you live in Detroit?
I live in the Detroit,
Okay.
Michigan.
All right, so you when you filed your answer, you put Hamtramck on Kashmir and Hamtramck, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
so- Okay, so you still live on Kashmir, in Hamtramck, is that correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, okay, so they're gonna send a form to you, to fill out, so that you can put your, put the fraud claim on record. So we can try to find out, what the nature of this fraud is, because obviously if you've been defrauded, or it's a fraud situation, then nobody wants to come after you if it's a fraud that can be established. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, sir, I have to say something like that time I was not there in America. I was overseas for the vacation in my country, like for 6 months, and I was stuck on pandemic and 6 months, like January to June. And sorry, July 8, number of 8, I came back in America, but that happened was happened like before the July, like June. That time somebody used that card and used and I don't know the Brooklyn address. That address I never lived before. I don't know that address.
Gotcha. So when they send you this affidavit, you're gonna put that information on the affidavit, okay? You're gonna, put that down.
Okay.
And send it, regarding where you were and that you were not anywhere around where you could have entered into this account. Put that on the forms that are gonna be sent to you at the address in Hamtramck, okay? You understand?
Okay.
All right, make sure you return that form because that can move this case along faster. Once you get that from the attorney's office, then fill out the form and send it back in. And what you just got finished telling me about not being in the States, you are out of the country, et cetera, make sure you put that information in the affidavit. You understand?
Sure, sir.
All right, very well. So I'm going to go ahead and adjourn it for 45 days, and then I'll take another look at it at that time. All right, so I'm going to give you a new date, and I'm going to note the file that you'd like to have the assistance of an interpreter on that next action date. About 45 days out. That date's going to be
November 23rd.
November.
I'm sorry, not
20
23rd, November 22nd.
November 22nd, 11/22, 22, and that's going to be at 9:45 a.m. And you're going to notice in the mail with that date and time on it as well, and it will have a request for an interpreter as well. All right. And
Okay,
what is it? What's the language that you speak, sir?
Bangla, sir. Bangladesh. I'm from Bangladesh. It's a Bangla language. Bangla.
It's called Banda.
Bengali, didn't speak Bengali.
Bangla, yeah.
Banda.
BANGLA.
Okay.
Bengali, he said Bengali,
No, he's from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, okay.
All right. So we got it all set up here. Make sure you get that affidavit back in, sir, when they send it to you. All right, now I'll see you on the 22nd of November at 9:45 a.m.
Perfect.
Thank you, Mr. Fay. Good
Thank
day
you.
to
Have a good day, Aaron.
Mr. Shardy.
Okay. Sir, I have one question. What paper I need to approve the proof for the, because that time I was not there. My passport show you that time I was living on Bangladesh. That time I stayed there. That time like 6 months. So should I bring that paper?
You already told me that when you're gonna get a form in the mail from the attorney that's a fraud affidavit. And what you want to put on there is as much information as you can provide regarding why this is not your account. And the key thing looks like you're gonna point out is that you were out of the country. You were in another country, and that you did not open this account. You didn't start the account. So you want to put that on the form and send it back. All right, you understand?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay,
I wish
sir.
you well.
Yeah, sir, but network is little very hard to
Okay,
try
we're
understand.
good now. Say it again. What did you say? Mr. Chari, your device is breaking up, sir.
No.
All right, you all set. You got your date, Mr. Chari, and come back on that date and fill out the paperwork when you get it in the mail, sir.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And we're back on the record regarding the suffix 7695. That is Universal Collections LLC versus Kathy Jones. Court called the matter, and counsel for plaintiff was in another courtroom. Your appearance at this time, counsel.
Judge, may it please the court, my name is Attorney Richard Rusin. My bar number is 35222. I'm the attorney of record in this case, and I'm also the attorney for the plaintiff today.
All right, thank you, counsel, and good morning to you. Ms. Jones is present, and she's already indicated her presence on the record at an earlier time. I know that this is looks like the first hearing the court having received defendant's answer in this matter, and I know that the claim in this matter asserts a breach of contract and an account stated with damages of $4,870 being alleged. All right, so have the parties had any opportunity to engage on this to see whether or not there may be some room to find a way to the conclusion? It seems that some of the issues raised by Ms. Jones in her answer is that the COVID epidemic caused her to have financial challenges, and wherein she was unable to address this indebtedness, and that is a part of the issue of challenge here. Is that about the size of this, Ms. Jones?
Yes, sir.
And then Judge Richard Rusin for the record, I noticed in a review of defendant's answer that she appears to admit that she owes money to the plaintiff. I think the unspoken between the lines of her answer was that she merely wanted to set up a installment payment with the entry of judgment to repay the plaintiff. I would ask the court to verify if that's correct with Ms. Jones.
That is correct, sir.
All right. So why don't I do this? If you have, if you would, Mr. Rusin, why don't I send you to a breakout room with Ms. Jones and see if the parties can talk about it and find the way forward. Let me know if you can work this out when you come back. If not, we'll find another way to proceed with the case. But this might be a good place to start out. So,
I agree.
Ms. Jones, I'm going to send you a notification to click into a breakout room, and you'll be able to speak with Mr. Rusin, and he'll be able to speak with you. And Mr. Rusin, I'm doing the same for you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. See if you're okay.
Oh, you know, I see you this morning. He's being okay this morning. They just got him on too much students. I said, y'all got to the point now, he don't even want to get up. He getting up and he don't want to talk. I said, now y'all got to take him off something. Now they took him off all the other stuff, all the grips, they put it directly in IV. And I said, well, all the stuff you giving him, I ain't understanding that. You slowing him down. I said, it's not making him talk. He's not talking right. So I said, I need to see a doctor when I get back. So they said, yeah. And they took the other little piece off his sleeve. They took that off. The other little piece that was in the tray, that's off. And then so they said that, you know, if he keep doing good, I said, well, how you going to get on regular school if he's so high? He barely want to talk. He said, hey, I said, y'all took my everything else, but y'all don't even can't even talk. He don't even want to talk to us. No, but they got him on. She said they changed. I said they took all the drips off the nation, all that. They put him on all these other meds. And I said, why are you giving him that? That's for drug addicts. That's for people. He said, well, we didn't want him to withdraw from you doing all the other drugs. all the other stuff we was giving you, because you can replace the next office. I said, but that don't make sense to me. I'm giving it to them 4 times a day. I don't, that's people who drug addicts. They make them be in a sedation, like say. So you know, yeah, they got something. Gonna take. This is what- so he said,
I really don't believe it.
yeah, I told him today, I said, he don't need to be talking. He ain't like his normal self, like he want kind of quiet, you know? I say, you all right? He said, yeah. It's like he don't really want to, like he want to just be mad. And I said, oh, no, no, no. So they said they gonna talk to me and maybe they can change it, or y'all gonna change. it. Now, he want me up, now he's still up, trying to get out that bed, but not like he's really before.
Well, of course, not. With that, you
Like they
know,
get him like talking with him.
I guess that's just temporary.
Yeah, they said it's temporary till they leave, because they just need him on stuff. All the other stuff that give him effect on, that ain't making sense. I just, I say, you know, she said, I didn't know that, man. That ain't making sense. Mr. Charger is coming back for just a pretrial or? Is it a
Yeah, it's
pretrial? Okay. So they have him living on Cashmere in Detroit and Cashmere and Hamtramck.
yeah, it's Amtrak.
Oh, they have the wrong address. Okay.
And, unfortunately, he's trying to get that for,
Mhm.
I don't know what he calls it, but. it's Amtrak.
He lives in Hamtramck. Okay, all right.
Mr. Rusin and Ms. Jones. I know that you've been in the breakout room, had an opportunity to talk about this matter regarding the subject 7695. Mr. Rusin, if you'll update me at this time, sir.
Judge, may I go forward?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Judge. While the case is in recess, Your Honor, with the parties being in a breakout room, I had the opportunity to discuss the parameters of this case with Ms. Jones. The parties have agreed to enter into a consent judgment. And I told Ms. Jones I'm going to do now what I'm going to do on the record, whereby the parties have agreed to enter into a consent judgment in the amount of the complaint, which was filed for $4,870 even. There were statutory costs of a $75 summons service fee. And then there was a $39.84 summons service fee for total costs of $114.84. In the pursuit of entry of this judgment, I am asking for a $75 statutory attorney fee. A total consent judgment will be in the amount of $5,059.84. The parties have further agreed that with the entry of this judgment concurrently on the judgment form, there will be a conditions whereby defendant can pay this judgment at the installment rate of $200 monthly, beginning October 25, 2022. I explained to Ms. Jones how she can make those payments directly to my office. And I also told Ms. Jones that I would ask you now on the record that with her permission, that I would be able to sign the proposed order of consent judgment, to sign her name with permission to this order so that I can in turn file it with the clerk's office this afternoon.
All right, Ms. Jones, you've had an opportunity to discuss this and to go over this. Is this an agreement that you'd like to enter into, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
And to the extent that the document will be submitted to me, so long as it has the exact terms that you agree to, is it acceptable to you that Mr. Rosen would sign off for you on the form indicating that it's on the record and complies with the agreement? Is that okay with you, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So I think it's a good outcome, a way forward, and I will sign your once it's presented to me. And once Mr. Rosen submits the order to me, he and I will make sure that you get a copy of it. If for some reason you see anything on there that was not a part of the agreement, then just come into the Zoom one day and say that you're here because you need to have a hearing on that, because something wasn't right in the judgment. And my office will contact Mr. Rosen and we'll figure out a way to get you back in here to straighten anything out. So the ideal here is that it be exactly what the parties agree to. Understand that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. I wish you well. Consider the matter resolved, and Mr. Rosen may submit the order accordingly, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I rest.
Thank you.
All right, then. Just one moment. All right, we're back on the record regarding the suffix 1271. All right, thank you, Ms. Abrams, and counsel. I know you've had an opportunity to talk about this. Go ahead, if you will, Mr. Hill, and update me on this matter. So,
Judge, we have a settlement we'd like to place in the record.
all right, go right ahead, sir.
Judge, what we've agreed to do is my client agrees to a consent judgment of $1,000 in the corporation's name. The defendants, we withdraw our request for costs to reinstate the case. So it'll be a judgment for $1,000. It'll be paid within 30 days in full to Ms. Abrams. If for some reason that does not happen, she's entitled to do any type of collections, but I spoke to my client. I should have a check of $1,000 probably next week. I'll put in my client trust account once it clears, and I will contact Ms. Abrams. Ms. Abrams, can you send me in the chat your cell number?
Yes.
Right, and is your agreement regarding this matter, Ms. Abrams, to resolve the differences here and settle in this matter for a total sum of $1,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I will sign an order consistent with what the parties have agreed to. And I'm glad that it got worked out. I know the experience is not altogether pleasant, but it's good to be able to get it resolved at some time. Thank you for
Definitely.
taking the time to talk, and I'll wait the order of dismissal consistent with the agreement based on the $1,000.
Judge, how's the court want me to do that? Do you want me to wait until we tender payment, then I'll submit the order? Or you want me to just submit it and then the judgment can stand if?
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and enter an order of, I'll enter an order of dismissal and make it conditional upon the payment of the $1,000.
Perfect.
If for some reason, Ms. Abrams, you do not get the $1,000, then the case will be reinstated and we'll go forward.
That's perfect, Judge. And Ms. Abrams, I have your cell phone number. I will call you the moment I get the check in hand, okay?
Thank you. And thank you, Your Honor.
And Judge, thanks for giving us the time to resolve this. I had a feeling that we would be able to. And Ms. Abrams, thanks for listening to me, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.